Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a full face of first impressions. I'm not going to zoom you in because I want it to be a surprise, but maybe you can tell from afar the way I feel about this makeup. Can you tell? Can you guess? I picked up a couple of the products from the new I Love Candy Johnson Too Faced collab. I also picked up the Too Faced Sweet Peaches palette, which is like the all matte version of their peach palettes. The reason I did that actually is because I went and saw the Kandee Johnson palette in person in Ulta. I swatched it. It just did not seem like something that I was going to use because it was too subtle. The products seemed like they were okay when I swatched them. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but it's just like out of the two that have just been released from Too Faced in recent weeks, this one seemed more like I might actually get use out of it, so I figured it would make more sense for me to try this one. I also picked up one of the lip colors from the Kandee Johnson collab, and I have another lip product here from Ciate. This is one of their glitter flips, and we are going to try that for the first time on camera as well. There's quite a few products for us to test out today, and for the sake of brevity and my own sanity while I'm editing, let's shut up and just dive right in to the first impressions. Alright, first item we're going to be testing out today for the very first time. This is the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes palette. Okay, I'm going to open it in a second and show you guys what it looks like the inside, but according to the packaging here, it is a velvet matte eyeshadow palette infused with peach and sweet fig cream. That sounds fucking delightful, if I do say so myself. Ooh, okay, the packaging is actually a lot nicer in person than I expected it to be from the pictures. It's like gold all the way around and it's like embossed in the shape, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Does embossed apply to shapes like that? And the opening thing is like two little peaches. It kind of has like a retro feel. It's definitely a lot cuter and like less tacky than I thought it was going to be by the way it looked in pictures. Also, it's got like a magnetic snap open close. Very nice. I like this so far. Alright, the inside is like your typical warm toned matte shades. To be honest, I think that you guys are probably sick of looking at these types of palettes by now. They have come out with probably 3,000 palettes like this in the last couple of years. So if you have Modern Renaissance or maybe the Tardis Pro or any number of other warm tone palettes that have come out, unless this is like a groundbreaking formula, I can tell you already that you don't really need this. But if you're a big fan of the Too Faced type of formula and the smell and all of that, then if this is nice, I guess it's still worth having, but I don't know, it's just, it doesn't seem incredibly unique to me, but it does look very nice. The peach smell is not super overwhelming, which I'm really glad about actually, because some of their palettes are very, very highly scented and I don't like that because I don't actually really like fake peach smell. Alright, I'm going to jump right in and start applying this on my eyes because the fuck am I sitting here talking about it for when we could be using it. As a transition, I'm going to go in right away with the shade Peaches and Cream on a Sigma E40 blending brush. There is quite a bit of kickback in the pan as soon as I dip my brush into there, but not anything crazy, definitely less than the Subculture palette, but they do appear to be very soft, which is also kind of promising to me because I find that Too Faced are a little bit too hardly pressed sometimes and I don't get enough color payoff from them, so I'm hoping that maybe this is a little bit different. Alright, that's a really nice transition shade. It seems to be blending really nicely. It's kind of hard to say with lighter shades though because it's always way easier to blend a lighter shade than a darker one. So we'll really reserve judgment for when we get to the darker ones. But so far, this actually has much more color payoff for a shade like this than I was expecting. So that's definitely a positive. Okay, next I'm going to grab a little bit of the shade Peach Punch on a Morphe M441 brush. I don't know why I put it there. I was actually thinking I was going to put it in here and then I just went for it. So, alright, that's where we are now. That's what we're doing. Let's go for it. This is not giving me tremendous amounts of pigmentation, but to be honest with you, that's kind of okay. With a matte palette like this, it does sometimes make it a little bit more easy to work with if the colors are not overly pigmented because you can build them up and it's not as difficult to blend out. And this is building up quite well on this outer corner, so I don't mind a little bit of less pigmentation, but if you are somebody who likes super duper highly pigmented stuff only, that's something you need to keep in mind. Next, I'm going to deepen up that outer corner with a little bit of the shade Peach Sangria. I feel like for fall, Peach Sangria might be a really gorgeous color if you put it like all over your eye and just like smoked the fuck out of it. And maybe blended that out with the Peach Punch shade for like a little bit of brightness. I'm going to pack that on the outer corner with a Real Technique shader brush. Ooh. Okay. Okay, that is giving me way, way, way less pigmentation than I expected from it. Excuse me, I'm gonna need some more color, please. Alright, that kind of sucks. Alright, let's try to deepen up this with that. Alright, for the inner corner area, like in here, I'm going to do a lighter peachy shade. So for that, I'm going to grab this color, Just Peachy. Oh, that color actually works really nicely and does seem to have quite a bit of pigment in it, so that's better. The lighter shades are definitely performing better than the others in the scheme of things here. There is definitely also quite a bit of fallout from these shadows, which again is not something that bothers me terribly, but it is worth noting also considering that the pigment on these is not really there. The fallout is like less acceptable in my eyes. I don't know. This is making me work hard, I'm gonna be honest. Oh, I almost dropped my brush. Got it, I got it. I'm just going to go conceal underneath my eyes, wipe away this fallout, and then we are going to smoke out the lower lash line and some of the browns that are in this palette. Okay, now that that's concealed, for the lower lash line, I'm going to like smoke it out with the bright shade Peach Punch that we used earlier. After finishing up the bottom, I just ran a nude pencil through the waterline so it kind of connects with that false inner corner shape there. I used the NYX Wonder Pencil in the color Light, and now we are going to try out another new product. This is the I Want Kandee Candy Liner. First and foremost, I am not 100% excited about this liner just because I wish it was waterproof, and that's the same thing I said about the MAC Cosmetics Roller Wheel one. This also has like a really cool applicator that looks awesome if it's going to work the way it like looks like it's intended to work, but I'm just probably not going to get that much use out of it if it's not waterproof because I have watery ass eyes. I need to wear a waterproof eyeliner. It's just a fact of life. It is what it is. Okay, it comes with a little shaky shake. And what's interesting about this liner is that it's a felt tip, but the felt tip is like a slanted wand rather than like a pen style felt tip, which is very interesting, and I feel like it could be really good for some graphic liner. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do with this today. I'm going to go ahead and apply like a regular kind of a wing shape on the bottom first, just like as like a test. And then I'll decide how far I want to take it because like I'm a little nervous that if I suck at using this, then it's going to go way off the fucking rails. I'm going to move my mirror closer for a second. I'm sorry that it's in frame, but if you want me to do any sort of a decent job at this, we're going to need this to be close. Alright, that wasn't terrible. It wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. Pardon me for being silent for a moment. I'm gonna need to concentrate really hard. Okay, truthfully, this did not turn out terrible. It actually came out okay, but this took a lot more work for me to get it here than a normal eyeliner with like a brush tip would. One other thing is that I'm finding it very, very difficult to get a thin point at the end of anything, which is it's not usual for me. I'm very good at getting things to be very precise even with a thicker like applicator, and to make this look really come together, I'm probably going to have to get my tattoo liner and kind of get in there and like touch it up a little bit. So, so far I'm not thinking that I love this very much. It is nice and black and I do appreciate like the innovative idea of it, but honestly I don't think this is something that I will reach for again. I'm actually going to jump off camera, replicate this on the other side, and then probably touch it up with another eyeliner, and then we will move on to the next product. Alright, when I was off camera I popped on some highlight and I'm about to put on some blush. While I apply my blush, let's talk about the eye stuff because, if I'm being entirely honest, that was kind of like a minor shit show, and I'm not in love with this look. Like, I was able to salvage it using the Kandee tattoo liner in the color Trooper, which is like my go-to liquid liner, which you guys have probably picked up on by now because I use it every damn time I do like any kind of a winged eyeliner. But even with that, the lines that Kandee liner made, like, they're so thick that it's like really hard to get back in there and even fix it. Like, it's really impossible to get a thinner line with that product. And I like to have thinner lines and details on my work, so that just really isn't working for me. That combined with the fact that it's not waterproof, don't think I'll be using that again. And it also looks like it's shiny in some spots and matte in other spots. I don't know if that's picking up on camera at all, but I'm not really in love with that either. I'm just gonna readjust my lashes a little bit. The palette as a whole, some of the lighter shades are more pigmented and higher quality, kind of like a buttery feel, but overall, not great. Like, the darker shades, the ones that are like kind of really fall appropriate and like look like they're going to be really rich and maybe like sultry looking when you put them on, are not at all. Like, this color in the pan was like a deep, rich, dark burgundy, and it's like barely a wash of like a raspberry red. Not super impressed with that whatsoever. These darker shades are just not, just So for the next part of this first impressions, I actually have two lip products that I want to try out. First one I'm going to try is also from the Kandee Johnson collection. This is the Melted Matte Liquid Lipstick, which I have tried other ones of theirs before, but I only tried the darker shades and I didn't really love them in the darker shades. But there's usually a huge discrepancy between the dark shades in a line and the light shades in a line, because like the nudes are a lot more forgiving, so I'm thinking that this might be actually okay. The shade that I got is called Freshly Baked. It's like kind of like a nudish pink. I'm going to try that first because the other lip that I got to try today is like way more exciting, so I'm super hoping that that actually works out really well and that's like the hit of this first impressions, because right now I'm feeling like this is kind of a bummer. This is what it looks like in the packaging. The lid is different than the other ones in this line. This has like kind of little gold frilly detailing around it. Very like girly. Not really my steez if I'm being entirely honest, but I try not to let packaging like completely deter me from the product inside. Like, if it's good, I don't care, I'm still gonna wear it. That has a very strong smell. So far, this is applying much more nicely than the other colors I have tried from the Too Faced Melted Mattes. I will say though, it is emphasizing the wrinkles in my lips a little bit, which I don't really like. To be fair though, my lips have been a little bit more chapped than usual. I exfoliated them and plumped them before I did this tutorial, but sometimes like when they're like dry from the inside of you, like, it's impossible to make them look completely smooth. So that might not be entirely the fault of this lipstick, but it is worth noting. However, the color I really like. This I actually really like a lot, and I will wear this again as long as it wears nicely. It's a super pretty nude pink, and it went on very opaque, good quality. So far, I like it. Interestingly enough, when I just lick my lips, I can taste that it's sweet, which is weird for a liquid lipstick. Didn't do it on purpose. Don't recommend eating it, but there's definitely a taste involved. It tastes like stevia. Okay, so we're gonna do a second lip option today because I did just get 2 new lip products that I'm excited to try. So the next one that I'm gonna try, this one I'm very excited about because it looks very cool in other videos. This is the Ciate Glitter Flip Liquid Lipstick in the color Fortune. It's a very deep, dark purple shade, but the cool thing about these is when you put them on, they look kind of like a light metallic, but then when you go and smack your lips together after you let it dry, it becomes glitter, which looks magical, and we're gonna try it right now. More I apply it to like a larger area, the more it kind of looks a little bit patchy and I'm having to layer it a little bit. Okay, it definitely took a little bit of work to get that even, but the color itself is gorgeous. I really like the way this looks. I would even wear this if it wasn't like a crazy glitter flip type thing, like if it just looked like this forever, I'd still definitely wear this color. I didn't apply it with a brush just to see how easy it was to apply it with the applicator provided. It was fairly easy. I would still prefer to touch up the edges with a brush. That's how I would normally apply a liquid lipstick. But it is possible to get a pretty crisp line without using a brush outside of the doe foot that is in here. They said 2 minutes of drying before you can smack your lips together and turn this into glitter. So I'm just gonna let this dry for another minute or so, because that is about 2 minutes then, and then we're gonna smack our lips together and see if we get some glitter in this bitch. It's been a full 2 minutes since I applied this, so let's smack our lips together and see how magic. Ooh, cool. That looks pretty neat. Allegedly, the more you smack your lips together, the more glitter will show through it. So that looks pretty cool and pretty awesome, but it does not look quite as glittery as a lot of the ones I was seeing in reviews. Like, it looks neat and everything, but it's not like, oh my god, magic amazing. And after I did that, it feels gritty and terrible. Like, it feels like a thick layer of shit on my lips right now. It's like, I'm pretty sure I just swallowed some glitter. It's crumbling into my mouth. It's also crumbling along the inside of the lip line, like, immediately. All completely has broken apart in here. I don't know, man. Why does everything I use today suck? This is a cool concept. It is a little bit gritty, a little bit like crumbling apart. I have hunks of lipstick and glitter like in my mouth and my teeth, even a little bit on my chin. I hate to say this because like these looked so cool. I was very, very excited to play with them because all of the reviews on YouTube made them look awesome. And this looks like a dirty old dick towel or something. It's just not that great. It's just not that great. Alright, so to recap the products that we used today, the Too Faced Just Peachy palette, it's not terrible, but to be honest, it's just stunningly mediocre. Somehow I also ended up looking like Susie Sue. I don't know how that happened. This fucking video just went right off the rails. This is not where it was going in my head. I gotta be real with you guys. This is not what I meant for it to be. The Kandee eyeliner, it's kind of just a bummer. If it had been like really small and precise, kind of the way the MAC roller wheel one was, even if it took a little getting used to, I think that I could have probably gotten used to it and enjoyed using it. Like, I have used the MAC roller wheel eyeliners quite a few times since I used them in the video, and I like them, but this I just don't see myself reaching for because there's never a time where I want like a big fat line that doesn't taper off into something or like, you know, get smaller at some point. And I really feel like this lacks the control necessary. It also feels like there's like a shit ton of product on the wand when you take it out, and you can only wipe so much of it away without wiping too much of it away. It's just a strange balance, and it's just not there. It's a really cool idea that they had, and I like that they were thinking that way, but I just don't think the execution was there. The one thing that I did like from the I Want Candy Johnson collection is the Melted Matte in the color Freshly Baked. This is a really, really beautiful color. It's very, very light for me. It kind of reminds me of like the brighter, lighter, like white base shades that Anastasia has, something along the lines of like maybe Milkshake. I think it's a little darker than Milkshake though, but it does have like that white base to it. It is very pretty though. I like the way it looks on the lips. It did kind of accentuate my lip lines. I would try it again with like more of a balm left on my lips underneath it and see if that helped it again, but it definitely applied very nicely. It smells very strongly of cake, which is not that crazy about that, but it doesn't bother me either. Last but not least, the Ciate Glitter Flip. I wanted to like this so bad, but if I'm being entirely honest, I think I might return this too. This sucks. It like looks a little bit glittery, but nothing crazy, and as soon as you smack your lips together to get the glitter to come out, it starts to crumble. I literally have like glitter and liquid lipstick in my teeth right now. It feels shitty as fuck on my lips. It does not feel good, and also like the effect is not that crazy. Like it looks way more impactful in all these other videos. Like I don't think I did anything wrong. I followed all the instructions exactly how they said. I don't get it. I don't know why mine doesn't look as shiny as the other ones do. I don't know if it's this shade in general that's not the shiniest, most glittery out of the bunch. I don't know if it's because it wasn't completely even and I had to layer it a little bit, if that diminishes the glitter properties of it. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that I don't enjoy it. I really wanted to, and I was really pumped for this. And I actually saw myself in my mind wearing this quite a bit in real life for fall, but that dream has been canceled. So overall, today's first impressions were like kind of a shit show. I don't like the way my makeup looks. I'm not even going to take pictures of this for Instagram today, which bums me out because that means that I need to do like more pictures and a different look after this, so I have something to post. Bummer city. But them's the breaks when you're trying new products on camera for the first time, I guess. I might give some of these products another try, but it's doubtful. I just like, why I have so much good makeup, why would I torture myself trying to use makeup that I don't like? I don't know. I don't know. Unless I'm filming a products that I hate video, it just doesn't seem worth it. So that being said, that is all for today. I appreciate you guys watching as always. If you have not already, please subscribe because that is the best way for us to keep in touch here on YouTube. Also, if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up because that is a great way for me to know what kind of content you enjoy. And it's also a really great way for other people to see my videos. And you know, the more the merrier. We're like a happy little family here, but we could be a happy big family too, you know? Don't forget to follow me on social media. I'm at Miss Quinface on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. Instagram is a great one because I post all my daily makeup looks over there, so you'll never miss a thing. And also Twitter is a great way to get in touch with me because it is like the most direct way to like ask me something or tell me something or whatever the fuck you feel like saying to me. Here on YouTube, I usually don't get the notifications. I know I've said that a million times, but like I'm sure that if you guys use YouTube, you feel my pain. Like I'll get a notification like 4 days later that somebody left me a comment. I don't know why it happens that way. And on Instagram, it's definitely more instant and direct, and I get them all the time, but they do get buried in other notifications really quickly, and I lose track, which is partially my fault, but I can only keep up so much, and I try, I swear to God. But anyway, let me stop rambling about this. That is all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one, where hopefully we have better luck.